This thing doesn't want to point down. I'll make you point down that way, you little SOB. Okay, Michael, to answer your question a little more thoroughly, more than 10 seconds. When you do statistics, you are not interested in the end statistic. You are interested in the parameters that exist in the world. You are interested in the parameters that exist in the world, which you cannot know directly. Remember why you can't know them directly? Remember why? I want to know what the average age of a United States citizen is. Because people are dying, people are being bored, it's too hard to ask them all and to measure them all. So what do?
Kill them all.
You kill them all. No. You take a sample and you get what are called statistics. That's why the course is called statistics. Because that's what you're drawing, and then you're using those to get a snapshot of your parameters. The two we've talked about so far are the center and the spread, or the variation. Center and spread, so far. We just started talking about spread today. We'll continue on Thursday. I promise, Megan. We'll get to that plus or minus. I promise you, Megan, Heather. The center, the big one that we've been talking about, is X bar, as far as the statistic. X bar is the sample average. There's also a median, there's also a mode. The one that exists in the population, you might remember, is called mu. You might not remember that too. We talked about it last time briefly, but not very much, because we don't usually know what mu is, because our population is too vast. But if we know X bar, we get a snapshot of what mu should be, assuming we did a good study. With me so far? With me so far?
Yeah.
Spread is S. Spread is S. That's what we've been using to measure our spreads in our samples. The spread in the population is called little sigma. That's a lowercase s sound for standard deviation. I think they use these letters because of the first letters in the phrases. Standard deviation, mean, mu, sigma. I think that's why they do that anyway. They try to keep it logical. You can't know this, so you do this instead. And on average, this targets this well. The problem with our average deviation, Michael, is it doesn't target it well. It tends to miss it in a unpredictably biased pattern. So even though mathematically it's easier to calculate, it doesn't do as good a job statistically. What's why I focus on this guy? That's a more than 10-second answer, but it's a much better one for you too, because at least it explains why we don't go with the most logical possible calculation. So, I promised you we would never do that formula again. And I was not lying to you. Well, we're out of time now. Bring your TIs next time, and we'll show you how to crunch that thing on your TI if you haven't already figured it out. Which you may have. Yes!
So, on the
Yes!
I got like the same answer.
You did? Well, that's ridiculous. Then we should give you points, shouldn't we?
Does the other one will replace the other...
It won't. She took off too many points on that one. Well, hang on now. But she took off 2 points here, but you're supposed to have... It says 100th, 114, you got that, and a percentage 14. Oh, you changed those, you said.
No, I only changed this one.
Oh, well,
So I know how to
she
do
took
it
these
next time.
points. I owe you 2 points there.
There's an easy
This one, you changed that one?
Yes.
Okay. No, you didn't write it wrong. I mean, that's perfectly fine. 0.14 and 14%, that's right. I owe you 2 points. She goofed it up. For evaluate this, so here is tenths. Oh, you had hundredths. That was it. You had 5.67 originally? Or did you have 5.7? Well, then that's, assuming that math is done correctly, what's 34 divided by 6? It's going to be, you did that in my head. But it's 5.7. Well, then I owe you 2 more points. I think Amber just goofed on this, is all I see.
I did change that because I want to do it right now.
I got you. So I owe you, can I keep this?
Yeah.
I owe you 4 points, which I will add back in and give back to you next time. Yes?
And then we'll leave it.
It will replace it. It'll crush it into submission, so to speak. Cool? Makes sense? Good. Oh, you have 4 points. Jay, oh, what's up, Skylar?